What happens when a single spark ignites an entire city? In September 1666, London found out the hard way. A small fire in a bakery on Pudding Lane quickly turned into an unstoppable inferno, consuming over 13,000 homes, 87 churches, and even St. Paul's Cathedral. The flames raged for 4 days, reducing the medieval city to ashes. Can you believe that London had no official fire brigade at the time? Residents desperately tried to fight the blaze with leather buckets and fire hooks. But strong winds and dry wooden buildings turned the city into a tinderbox. The fire spread so fast that people barely had time to grab their belongings before fleeing. Some even threw their valuables into the River Thames, hoping to recover them later. The aftermath was catastrophic. While the official death toll was low, many suspect that the true number of casualties was much higher. Thousands were left homeless, and the city's economy was devastated. But from the ashes came a transformation. London was rebuilt with wider streets, brick buildings, and the foundation for modern firefighting methods. The Great Fire of London wasn't just a disaster, it was a turning point. It showed how fragile cities could be and how essential fire prevention measures were. Today, its legacy still burns in the history books, a stark reminder of how quickly civilization can go up in smoke. A single flame. That's all it took to engulf a city in chaos. On the night of October 8th, 1871, a small fire started in a barn on Decoven Street. Within hours, Chicago was an inferno. Fueled by dry weather, wooden buildings, and strong winds, the blaze tore through homes, businesses, and landmarks, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Can you imagine a city so unprepared that firefighters were sent to the wrong location while the real fire grew out of control? That's exactly what happened. With limited resources and outdated equipment, the fire department struggled to contain the flames. In just 2 days, the fire consumed more than 17,000 buildings, left 100,000 people homeless, and caused nearly $200 million in damages, an unimaginable sum at the time. Adjusted for today, that's equivalent to $5.17 billion, enough to rebuild entire cities, fund major infrastructure projects, or alter the course of history. The disaster was devastating, but Chicago refused to be defeated. Instead, the city used the tragedy as a catalyst for change. Stronger building codes were introduced, fire departments modernized, and Chicago emerged from the ashes with towering skyscrapers, becoming a symbol of resilience and rebirth. The Great Chicago Fire wasn't just a catastrophe, it was a wake-up call. It exposed the dangers of rapid urban growth without proper safety measures. Today, its legacy serves as a stark reminder that fire can build a city just as quickly as it can destroy one. What if the very ground beneath your feet suddenly turned into a force of destruction? That's exactly what happened on April 18th, 1906, when a massive earthquake struck San Francisco. Buildings crumbled, roads split apart, and in mere moments, the city was in ruins. But the real catastrophe had only just begun. Within minutes of the quake, fires erupted across the city. Broken gas lines turned entire neighborhoods into raging infernos. With water mains shattered, firefighters had no way to stop the flames. For 3 days, the fire spread uncontrollably, consuming over 500 city blocks. The iconic Palace Hotel, once a symbol of luxury, was reduced to smoldering rubble. People were forced to flee as the city they called home burned to the ground. By the time it was over, nearly 3,000 people had lost their lives, and more than 200,000 were left homeless. The destruction was so immense that some officials resorted to using dynamite, blowing up buildings in a desperate attempt to create fire breaks. Yet, from the ashes, San Francisco rebuilt. Stronger buildings, improved fire codes, and a modernized infrastructure emerged. The disaster was a painful lesson in urban planning and emergency preparedness, one that cities around the world still study today. The 1906 earthquake didn't just shake San Francisco, it reshaped its future forever. While the Great Chicago Fire dominated the headlines, the Peshtigo Fire, burning on the very same day, was far more devastating. In just a few hours, it reduced entire towns in Wisconsin to ash and claimed an estimated 1,500 to 2,500 lives. Fueled by months of drought and powerful winds, the firestorm ignited on October 8th, 1871. It moved with terrifying speed, creating tornadoes of flame that ripped through forests and settlements alike. The fire became so intense that it jumped across rivers, engulfing anything in its path. Survivors later described a city that turned blood red and a wall of fire advancing like a living beast. The town of Peshtigo was wiped off the map within minutes. Some residents tried to escape by diving into the Peshtigo River, only to be scalded by the superheated water. Others suffocated in root cellars as the fire consumed the oxygen. It was a nightmare of unimaginable proportions, yet it remains overshadowed by Chicago's disaster. Despite its horror, the Peshtigo Fire led to crucial improvements in fire safety and forest management. But the eerie part? The exact number of victims will never be known. So complete was the destruction that some were even turned to ash, leaving no trace behind. In a single instant, an entire city was torn apart. On December 6, 1917, Halifax, Nova Scotia became the site of one of the most devastating explosions in history. So powerful, it rivaled the force of a nuclear bomb. The disaster began with a collision in the city's harbor between two ships, the Mont Blanc, packed with explosives, and the IMO. A spark ignited the Mont Blanc's volatile cargo, and within seconds, a massive fire broke out. People gathered along the waterfront, unaware that they were watching their own doom unfold. At 9:04 a.m., the Mont Blanc erupted in a cataclysmic blast. The explosion sent a shockwave racing through the city, flattening entire neighborhoods and shattering windows 50 miles away. A tsunami surged through the harbor, and fires ignited across Halifax, trapping thousands in the wreckage. More than 1,900 people lost their lives instantly, with thousands more injured by flying debris and collapsing buildings. The heat from the explosion was so intense that it melted iron and left survivors with horrific burns. Rescuers were met with a city in ruin, streets littered with bodies, homes reduced to splinters, and smoke rising from the devastation. Despite the unimaginable destruction, Halifax rebuilt. The tragedy led to advancements in emergency response and safety regulations. But even today, the Halifax explosion remains a chilling reminder of how, in just one moment, a city's fate can be rewritten in fire. It was supposed to be just another workday until flames turned a factory into a death trap. On March 25, 1911, the Triangle Shirtwaist factory in New York City became the site of one of the most deadliest industrial disasters in American history. The factory, located on the upper floors of the Ash building, was packed with over 500 workers, mostly young immigrant women, sewing garments in cramped conditions. When a fire broke out in a scrap bin, panic spread instantly. The flames climbed fast, fueled by fabric and wooden workstations. Workers rushed to the exits, only to find them locked. Management had sealed the doors to prevent theft and unauthorized breaks. Desperation set in as smoke thickened and the heat grew unbearable. Some tried to escape via the fire escape, but it collapsed under the weight, sending people plummeting to their deaths. With no way out, dozens of workers were left with a horrifying choice: burn alive or jump from the 9th floor. Witnesses on the street watched in horror as bodies ran down onto the pavement. By the time firefighters extinguished the blaze, 146 people were dead. The tragedy outraged the nation, exposing brutal working conditions and sparking major labor reforms. Fire safety codes, workplace protections, and union movements gained momentum, all because of the lives lost in a factory that put profits before people. Suppose you were walking through the grand streets of ancient Rome on a warm July night, the city alive with markets, music, and the hum of conversation. Then, without a warning, a flicker of fire erupts near the Circus Maximus, quickly growing into a raging inferno. Within hours, flames devour buildings, racing through the tightly packed wooden homes and shops. The fire burns for 6 days, briefly dies down, then reignites, consuming nearly 2/3 of the city. Chaos grips the streets as people flee in terror. The heat is unbearable, the air thick with smoke and screams. Rome, the heart of the empire, is reduced to ashes. But the destruction is only the beginning. The real disaster unfolds in the days that follow. Rumors spread like wildfire, whispering that Emperor Nero himself ordered the city to burn so he could rebuild it to his liking. Some say he played the liar as the city crumbled, though historians debate the truth of this claim. To deflect blame, Nero accuses the Christians of a small and unpopular sect, leading to brutal persecutions. Meanwhile, he enacts ambitious reconstruction plans, widening streets and implementing fire-resistant materials. The Great Fire of Rome is more than just a disaster. It's a turning point, shaping the city's future and leaving behind a mystery that still fascinates historians today. Have you ever stepped into a crowded nightclub, the music pulsing, the air thick with laughter and conversation? Now, imagine that in an instant, that lively atmosphere turns into a nightmare. On the night of November 28, 1942, Boston's Coconut Grove nightclub, one of the most glamorous spots in town, became the scene of one of the deadliest fires in American history. Packed beyond capacity with nearly 1,000 people, the club was a death trap waiting to ignite. When a small spark from a decorative palm tree caught fire, flames spread with terrifying speed. The dimly lit club was filled with flammable decorations, and within minutes, smoke and fire engulfed the building. Guests panicked, pushing towards the exit, only to find them locked or blocked. The revolving door at the front became jammed as desperate patrons piled against it. In just 15 minutes, nearly 500 people were dead or fatally injured. The fire's aftermath was shocking, forcing officials to rethink fire codes across the country. Emergency exits, flammable materials, and overcrowding laws were all scrutinized and changed to prevent such a disaster from happening again. The Coconut Grove fire was a horrifying lesson in safety failures, but its impact reshaped fire regulations, ensuring that public spaces could never be so dangerously designed again. Which urban fire story surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know if you'd like to see more stories of historical disasters. Join us next time as we explore the remarkable stories of urban fires, because every fire has a story worth telling.